good morning, beautiful, blessed people of God. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. I hope and I pray that all is well in your hearts, your minds, your bodies, your spirits, your souls on today. Happy Monday. It is deemed Motivational Monday, Mindset Shifting Monday, Make It Happen Monday. It's titled all of those things, but whatever you do, make certain that you are doing exactly what it is that you have been purposed and aligned to do. That should always be the hashtag goals. Good morning to my Instagram channel, Shaniqua Inspires, to everybody who tunes in, who finds me on Instagram Live. I say welcome to you all. For those of you who are jumping in on my YouTube channel, Shaniqua Inspires, I say peace and blessings to you all as well. I appreciate your comments, your likes, and your subscriptions because subscriptions do matter. Okay, and of course to my friends and family on my Facebook page, Dr. Shaniqua Johnson. You guys got the official one. I don't get much engagement from my Shaniqua Inspires page on Facebook, so that's why I do it from my personal page. If you're already on my personal page, then by all means, you can watch it from there. But if you're not, no worries. You can catch it on YouTube or on Instagram, Shaniqua Inspires. So I am grateful to be before you all on this morning. It is Monday. I am already making it happen. No, I did not get out the house at 6. She tried. And I think it's the trying that counts. I hope and I believe that. So she tried, but I did get my vitamin D today. And I do have plans to get out the house once I get my interns set up. I will be able to dash out the house for a bit. I actually do have quite a bit of work to do. I have been lagging around. I've been lagging around, but I'm entitled. Okay, as I posted on my Facebook page last evening, I was up cranking away at work, and I said, whose bright idea was it to have 4 interns who are working on separate projects? That means even though they're doing the work, I still have to monitor, I still have to post, I still have to organize all of the work. So I'm getting inundated with work from them, and they're doing such a great job. But yeah, it's a lot on one person. And so I said, I need to hire a manager of the work that they do. Yeah, that's gonna have to be in the works because it is a heavy lift on me, and sometimes my computer just won't let me be great, and certain things that would just be easier to do on the computer, I can't do it. Meta suites, y'all need to get yourselves all the way together because you were blocking a girl, and I did not like that. So the work that I did get accomplished, I had to, it felt like I was doing it manually when there has to be a better way, a better system that could have, knocked it out a lot quicker for me. But whatever, it is what it is. And so I persevered. I did get some of it done, and I'm excited about that. If you all are on Instagram, whether you're watching this live on Instagram or you just have an Instagram page, like that's okay. Like it's all good in my hood. Please do me a favor and what do you call it on Instagram? I don't even know. Is it follow? I think it's a follow button on Instagram. I don't even know. All these platforms got um, a different saying or what have you. Yeah, I think it's a follow. I think it's a follow button. I'm not even that sure. Yeah, it's a follow button on Instagram. If you will follow the Black Girl, encourage her. We actually have a page now on Instagram, the Black Girl Encourage Her, my podcast. And so I have my interns working on some content on that page. And so because I'm so multifaceted, um, yeah, and I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I try to separate some of my worlds. Even though Dr. Shaniqua Johnson is becoming a brand in itself, I actually didn't want it to be, but it is. It just seems to work out that way. I did not want Dr. Shaniqua Johnson to become the brand, because once upon a time I had Shaniqua Johnson RN as my brand. And so I made the switch from that because I was like, all of that's going to change. And I don't want to be locked into that. So it does seem now that Dr. Shaniqua Johnson is becoming a brand in itself. But when I get my husband, y'all just roll with the girl when she do the whole name change after that, okay? But that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to use Shaniqua Johnson RN, because one, I had already knew that I was going to get a doctorate. Like, that had been spoken over me many many years ago. And so I was sure on that. And I love the assurance that I had um, in making that bold declaration. Like, most people have been like, no, I'll just, when I get it, I'll change everything. But when I had did my rebrand a few years ago, um, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sis. Okay. All right. All right. There you go. If I start sweating, it's because the fan was causing too much noise. I probably need my microphone. That's probably the reason. But thank you, sis, for alerting me. And good morning to you. Um, I probably need to hook up my microphone, and it probably will stifle out some of the the noise from the fan. At least that's what those microphones are supposed to do. However, when I did my rebranding a few years ago, I went out on a ledge. I went out on the branch of assurance, knowing that what the Lord had spoken over me was going to manifest. And indeed it did, because shortly thereafter, then, Dr. Shaniqua was in effect. And, you know, but I went with Shaniqua Inspires to uh, kind of create a brand without the titles attached to it. So I went with Shaniqua Inspires. Good morning, Danielle. Blessings to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Nyanye. Blessings to you as well. Thank you all for joining in, and those who are going to be jumping in later and catching the replay. I appreciate all of you. I have to keep my eye on Instagram, see if anybody popped in over there so I can properly greet. But I say good morning to you all. But anyway, as I was saying about, like, just the branding, the self branding, Dr. Shaniqua Johnson is becoming um, a brand in itself. But so a lot of my things is Shaniqua Inspires, and that is where um, I want all of the traffic and everything to go to. However, I do need to use my name as well, so that people understand who I am, and that is a part of what I'm doing as well. So and it depends on what platform I'm in and where I'm at, is when I will use either name. But I figure there's bigger celebrities that, we know them by multiple names. So it's like everybody can catch up and follow suit. But I try to have thing under Shaniqua Inspires, just because it's just a little bit more relaxed. It's a little bit more casual. It speaks to the heart of who I am and what it is that I do. However, there is a time and there is a space, there's a space and a place where the Dr. Shaniqua Johnson will need to come through. And so you'll see both. But needless to say, if you are on Instagram, if you will do me a big favor and subscribe or follow the Black Girl Encourage Her on Instagram, because we are gearing up. We have been gone for some time, but we are gearing up to get started back with the Black Girl Encourage Her. And I just needed a minute. I feel like Colin Kaepernick. I just needed to take a knee for a second. I just needed to catch my breath, because I have so many entities going on between my speaking, my coaching, my teaching, the assessments that I do, working as a nurse in the long-term care space, and between trying to be, a mom and a hot girl and everything in between, it's a lot going on in my world. And so I really just need, and then the morning talks, like we can't forget about the morning talks, because that is a commitment in itself, to get up, to get on this live every morning, Monday through Friday, right? That's a commitment in itself. So there are so many moving parts, and then there are some other things that I am working on, and I'm just like, Jesus, where will I find the time? The time belongs to you, Lord. Like, show me when to do it. And then I also have to remember, right? I have to remember that I am contending, not only with an excess of work, I'm also contending with hormones, right? Um, I've been trying to learn a little bit more about the different hormones and how they affect you, and this, that, and the other. And now I'm hearing that, of course, as women, we have testosterone as well. We don't have as much as men do, but we have a level of that. And they say when your testosterone levels start to go low, that's what causes that kind of that quote unquote laziness, that procrastination. Um, that lack of momentum. And so if you've been feeling like that, please do yourself a favor, get to your doctor, get your labs run, tell the doctor you want to know your hormones, you want to know where your hormones are at, where your estrogen is at, where your progesterone is at, where your testosterone is at. Like, you want to know what your thyroid panel looks like you want to know what all of these entities look like, and at the very least on a yearly basis. You need to know where your vitamin D level is. You need to know where your B levels are. You need to you need to know where everything is at. It's not enough just to know whether or not you're anemic. Like, there are other entities that play a role in what it is that we do and how it is we do it. So we want to make certain that we're getting our numbers. And so knowing your numbers helps you to understand. And I do believe the last time I did have, this is a while ago though. When I did have my numbers ran, my testosterone level was low, but the doctor, oh my gosh, I don't even want to go on this high horse today. I don't want to get on this horse today. But the doctors were only concerned with my estrogen level. And because my estrogen levels had not moved, they pushed me out of the office, and they were like, okay, come back when, basically, like, they didn't say it like that, but it was basically, it felt like that. Come back when your estrogen levels dip, because they don't believe that you're in perimenopause or in menopause unless your estrogen dips. And the last I was trained, that was not the determining factor as to whether or not you were in peri or menopause itself. In fact, in nursing school, and Ianya, you can co-sign this with me. I don't know how what your training was like, but as a nurse, it was always when you lacked your period. So when your cycle was absent for a year, that was the qualifications to say you were in menopause. And now there's so many other stipulations where doctors are not even um, they're not even treating the symptoms, right? They're just looking for the diagnoses. And if the labs don't match up with what the diagnosis is, then they don't even want to treat the symptoms. And so, thank you, right? And so, the way we're feeling, like the weight gain, the puffy face, the sluggishness, the tiredness, in spite of you, getting up and sitting out on your porch and getting natural sunlight, or like, there's got to be a reason why I can't get up out of my bed at why I can't get out of my bed at 6 o'clock. Like, there's got to be a legitimate reasoning behind it. It's not laziness. It's not, whatever. Because trust me, if I had a flight, your girl would be jumping up out of the bed. There would be no hesitance. But there has to be some backing of this. And so what I say to each and every woman, because this is majority women who watch my segments. I shout out to the men. We love when the men stop by. Hey, Purple Woman Corp, Purple Women Corp. Blessings to you on Instagram. I love when the women are here. We get our strength together, but we do like it when the men pop in and say good morning and say what's up, because again, the message resonates across all genders, and even for men, like, you need to know what your levels are as well, right? Because there is a clear explanation, and so oftentimes with women, we experience things, and doctors will sometimes dismiss what we're feeling and will make you feel like you're just going crazy, like you're just overly tired. um but there is a reason, right? There is a reason. There is something that we contend with. And so on the days when I've got my feet popped up and I'm watching SVU and I'm going from episode to episode, I don't even hate on myself, because I'm like, look at all of the work that you do when you do it. Like, I deserve a break. I deserve some me time. I deserve to be able to sit back and relax, and this is the way we get the work done. So this morning I did get up and I started doing my work, right? I felt really productive. I went outside, I got my vitamin D, and I came back in the house. I filled up my water bottle, so I'm hydrating myself. It is another hot day out here in New York City. It's another hot day. I really wish we could just dial back some of this humidity, just a tad. If we could just roll it back a little bit, that would be good, but we have to deal with what we have. And so this morning I was able to get some work in. Absolutely, absolutely, because we work hard when we do work. I actually cook. What day did I cook? I cooked. What day did I cook? Was that not yesterday? The day before yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. Saturday I actually did cook for myself. And because I cook for myself, that is the reason why I had food yesterday. And I even have dinner prepared for today, because I am eating leftovers. She is not against leftovers, especially if she's the one that's got to cook what she eats. So I am delighted that I did cook. I made myself some vegan meatloaf, and I guess it's not necessarily considered meatloaf if it's vegan, plant-based, whatever. But I use the plant-based meat, and I made a meatloaf. It was quick. It was a quick meatloaf. I didn't have all the ingredients. Like, I like to put the peppers and the onions and everything in it. I didn't have all of that. But your girl used what she had, and it actually came out really, really good. And I had made some rice. Again, the rice cooker is my assistant and helped me with that, and some corn. And bada bing, bada boom, she got 3 meals out of it. So for the effort that you do put in, right, you're entitled to reap the benefits from it. So the little bit of work that you do, pat yourself on the back, right? Like, I did that. Now, mind you, it didn't take me, and let me just throw this out here. I put the meatloaf in the air fryer. Now, that was a first. Usually I put the meatloaf in the oven, but I did put it in the air fryer. For the first time I made meatloaf in the air fryer. Why? One, because I'm at that stage. I'm really, I was gonna call myself lazy, but I'm not. Um, I just don't have the energy, like my energy stores. Um, is not up for me cooking like a big meal and sauteing this and processing this. Like, yeah, I want it. If I'm going to do it, it's got to be quick. It's got to be straight to the point, and get done with the least amount of effort, with the least amount of me going and turning and doing this. Just the least amount of effort from me is what I'm looking for. And so I put it in the air fryer for the very first time. Also, the main reason why I did put it in the air fryer was because it was too hot to put that daggone oven on. Okay. It was too hot to put that oven on. And yeah, because Saturday was hot and humid. And I was just like, you want to eat, but you don't want to burn up trying to eat. So yeah, I put it in the air fryer, and actually it came out pretty good. Came out pretty good. I broiled it in the air fryer, so um, it had like I'm not gonna say crispiness, but it was brown on, browned on the outside, and in the inside it was still soft and moist and everything. So it did come out really good. I enjoyed it, and I'm gonna enjoy it even the more because I don't have to put a lot of effort in. I have food for 3 days. Boom, there it is, right? Exactly. So we have to learn. We have to be able to see. Jesus, come on with the words, Holy Spirit. We have to be able to see the magnitude of the works that we do, especially as believers. And somebody might hear this and be like, "Oh my God, she just goes to town with this." But when you understand spiritually what your work does, when you come into the understanding of it, see, we've got these preconceived notions. It's been taught to us since the beginning of time, right, that our work is simply just our work. Like we're focused and fixed on what it manifests in the natural. But when you come to the understanding that the work that you do in the natural has a spiritual ramification, that it is moving things in the spirit, well, then you'll understand why the exhaustion comes. Yes, it could be because you're contending with, your hormones or health conditions, your habits, but it also could be because of the warfare. Have you ever thought of that? Why is it now? Okay, uh, look, I'll use myself as an example. Why is it that when my alarm clock goes off at 6 o'clock in the morning, I can't get up? Mind you, I'm in the bed. Now, yesterday I did go to sleep a little bit later because I was just coming off of the weekend festivities and activities. But for the most part, I'm in the bed at 9. I had a friend call me, um, Saturday night, just as I turned my air on, just as I was getting curled up in my bed for my 9 p.m. respite period, and was trying to convince me to go hang out. I was like, ain't gonna happen. Not in this life. I don't care if it's Saturday night. She getting ready in her bed routine. Now, yes, we chatted on the phone for a few hours. I probably could have just as well went out, but I was like, no, she ain't going in. Like them. She don't belong to the streets. Them streets don't need her at no 9 o'clock at night. And so my routine normally is to be in my bed, and I'm normally sleep before 10 o'clock. That's my world. So really, there's no reason why I can't get up at 6. And maybe I'm thinking it's a natural thing. Oh, maybe it's my allergies. I'm like, first of all, how can it be your allergies when you take your Zysol every night? It's not your allergies. Maybe I'm thinking, oh, it's the hormones. Da, 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 da. Really? It's the hormones won't let me be great? Really? Good morning, team. But what if it's a warfare? What if the work that you've been trying to get done and just can't seem to get done, what if it's warfare? Because once you understand the magnitude of the works that you do, what it means, good morning, Fred, what it means In the spirit realm, it just might explain that it's warfare, right? Come on. What if it's warfare? What if it's warfare? That's the reason why you haven't been able to get your book project out. What if it's warfare? The reason why you don't have the energy to, get out here and start your business or do the things that God has called you to do. Why is there such a struggle? Like, you used to be able to get up and go to work with no problem. Now all of a sudden it's a struggle. Now you're dragging. Now you really don't want to be there. And it's not that you don't love what you do. You love what you do. It's just you just got this tiredness, this exhaustion going on with you, right? What if it's warfare? Come on. It's not your lack of skills, it's not your lack of time. We've got time. We all got 24 hours, right? We have the time. Maybe it's not, so much your hormones, could be your testosterone levels, could be. But what if it's warfare? What if it's warfare that doesn't want those videos loaded on YouTube, Nayanye? You thinking it's because, oh, I'm busy, with the kids, the family, and at work and the ministry, and I'm just busy. It's just hard for me to get it done. Yeah, it's hard. It is hard. But what if it's warfare? Because you know the impact your videos make. This is why we got to know what we're contending with. We got to know what we're contending with so we can bring the right weapons to the fight. We bringing the wrong weapons to the fight. I'm over here grabbing my B12. Ooh, gotta take my vitamin B12. Ooh, I need my vitamin D. Okay, that's cute for the natural fight. That's cute. You like, no, I'm gonna be energized. I've got my supplements in my system. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, that's good for the natural. But when you're doing all of that, you're drinking the water, you minding your business, you eating the lettuce, the clean lettuce, not this one that was causing all this other problems. But you're doing the right thing, but yet you're still contending with this issue. What if you're bringing the wrong weapon to the fight? We got to know what we're contending with so we can know how to fight. It's not laziness. Sometimes, look, like Linda, listen. Sometimes it is because of us, our lack of discipline, our laziness, our procrastination. Our lack of making the decisions, right? Sometimes we want to straddle the fence. We don't want to make a decision. When you don't make a decision, that's a decision as well. When we don't want to take a leap of faith, when we don't want to trust, when we want to stay comfortable, when we want to know the whole plan, we want to see the whole staircase before we even take a step. Yeah. But when you understand that what you do in the natural shifts, ignites, sets off something in the spirit, then you begin to look at the delays. You begin to look at um, what you're contending with just a little bit differently. I know the works. I know the power that's in the works that I do. I do. I realize that. I don't know the actual, 100% guaranteed on it, but I know enough. I've gotten a glimpse of enough of it to know that the weight, the anointing, the purpose, the call is greater than what I can see, comprehend, and feel in this natural space. That I'm assured of. And we have to also have that level of assurance to know that God hears us, He sees us, this thing is already mapped out, and it's just a matter of us bringing the right weapons to the fight. Staying prayed up, because the prayers of the righteous. Well. Let's pull back a second, right? Because everybody loves that, Oh, you got to stay prayed up, prayed up, prayed up. Yeah, 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 yeah. But the first half of that, okay, the first half is about the righteousness, right? We kind of speed through the righteous part, and we just go to the prayers, because that makes us feel good, like, oh, I could pray. Okay, but yeah, boo boo, you have to also have a standard of righteousness to you. Clean heart, clean hands. We all fall short. We all fall short, but you got to at least try. Good morning, Joanne. Blessings to you. You got to at least try. Some of us have just stopped trying. We got to at least try to get as close to righteous behavior as we possibly can. Yeah, I know you ain't jumping on nobody's back and beating up nobody up upside the head or whatever, but we got to watch our other actions. Right? There are a number of ways that you can sin. I just got a flashback to the time that that monk or the monks were doing their peace walk. Here comes those Christians all up in people's faces. Jesus is the way. We know Jesus is the way. Be easy. Be easy. Like, you more like they're walking in peace and your spirit is on aggression. Like, wait, what? What are we doing? What are we doing? How does that shine light? With bashing people and berating them and in their face and stopping, literally trying to stop their progression, their walk, their journey. We can't walk this journey for people. We can, however, be the light. And I loved how the Lord just placed this concept in me about the lighthouse, helping people to navigate, helping people to navigate. How can I be a lighthouse? How can I help you navigate? if I'm talking about you, if I'm not helping you, right? Because if you're not for me, you against me. Like, what are we doing? You don't have a kind word. And I know we've been scarred, we've got triggers. I know the world is rough, it's tough. We don't want to be pushovers. We don't want people taking advantage of us because we've felt this way before. But we got one job, man. One job. And that's to be the light. The light helps others to see. I don't have to force feed my beliefs onto you to get you to see. I don't have to clump you upside the head. Now, when you're dealing with demons, that's a whole nother thing. But when you're dealing with people, where's the grace? Where's the love? Where's the compassion? Where's the kindness? And I think sometimes we get that twisted, right? The warfare is where you go hard in the paint. The warfare is where you bring the fire and you, yay, hey, that's when you're going against those demons. That's where you need the knives and the swords, and that when you got to know what you're contending with. Otherwise, you attacking people with your verbal knives and swords when you should be warring against the principalities, not the people. The people, you're supposed to be showing your light to help people to navigate, to guide people. We got to know what we contending with because we want to have the right weapons. We want to, when we do the work, we don't want there to be wasted effort, right? We don't want to waste effort. Yeah, we want to have the most impact in the quickest amount of time. We don't want to be overexerting ourselves, right? Like, this is why I chose to just throw the daggone meatloaf in the air fryer. And look, I know there's gonna be like years from now, they're gonna be like, oh, the air fryers is killing us. Yeah, listen. So is half the other stuff. So is half the other stuff. Come on, Nayanye, let it shine. That takes the pressure off of me. I can't speak for you guys, but it takes the pressure off of me. When I focus on my one job, it takes the pressure off of me. And then I get to focus on the one thing. Yes, I'm multifaceted and I got a whole lot going on in a whole lot of different realms. I actually didn't even realize because I didn't really spell it out. And it's not until I spelled it out, I was like, oh my God, this girl just does way too much. But a lot of what I do is no pressure when I focus on being the light, showing the love, displaying the kindness, praying for people, warring on behalf of them, not condemning them, not casting them away. I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna go hard on that demon. If I see that demon's head pop up, I'm gonna go hard after that. I ain't gonna be jumping on your back. Yeah, I'm over here making meatloaf in the air fryer. You think I got the energy to be sitting here trying to jump on your back and make you do something? Girl, bye. Bye. My one job is to be the lighthouse. That's it. That's it, right? So I don't even know how I got on that whole tangent. I was talking about the Black Girl Encourager. That's what I was talking about, and then somehow we just ended off in La La World. I had mentioned about having the Instagram page, the Black Girl Encourager, and I do understand the magnitude of that show. I understand the magnitude of that show. And that's why the journey has to continue. And I know the reason, why I just felt so tired and I just needed a break. We had to go on hiatus because it's the magnitude of what it does. It's the viewers that it reaches, it's the impact, it's the mindset shift that occurs, it's the connection that gets made when I have my guest. Over the weekend, well, not last weekend, the weekend before last, when I was in North Carolina, um, there was a whole bunch of people in the room that had been my guest. There is an instant connection. And when you feel connected to somebody, that's when the partnerships begin to birth. That's when the joint ministries start to unfold from the connection. Well, of course, the principalities of darkness don't want the connections made. So of course you're gonna be tired, you're gonna feel overwhelmed, you're gonna feel like you don't have what you need and da 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 in order to get the podcast done. But watch. I have a vision of how I want it to look and how I want it to go. Every season I don't even know what season we up to. Can we just keep it real, y'all? I don't even know what season number she supposed to be up to. At one point, I was keeping up with it. I don't know. Just come. It's got to be season 8 or 9. I don't know. She up there. Just know we've been doing this for a little bit, okay? We've been doing this for more, just a little bit more than a little bit. Um, and if God is willing to give me those desires that I have for the show, that will be done. But I won't not do the show because I don't have all the little logistical things that I want in place. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They won't build the bridge until they know all of the pathway. Have you ever passed by a bridge and wonder how they made it? Especially those bridges that are over water. Like, whose job was it to be in the water? Like, are you building this thing from a boat? Like, I need to do a little research on that. How are these people building these bridges that are in going over water? It's one thing when you're on steady ground. Come on, somebody. It's one thing when you are on steady ground and you're building. You have a steady foundation. But could you imagine building from a boat? Now you're contending with the weather. You out there on the boat. It's rocking. The waves is now your foundation is not so steady. You rocking and rocking, but you still have to build. Somebody needed that visual this morning. Maybe it was me. And I thank you, Lord, for it. Sometimes you get to build on solid foundation. Sometimes you got to build on the waves, on the rockiness, on the unsteadiness. So it may not look like what you want it to look like right here, right now, at this given time and season. But if you stay focused on being the light, it makes building on the waves not so bad. It makes it building on the waves not so bad. So figure out what you're contending with. Understand the weight. I want to say severity for some reason, but the weight of what you're building, the weight of the purpose, the weight of the purpose, the intensity of the purpose outweighs the waves. Come on. Come on. Tamara says that was her until God showed her recently um, that she didn't trust him and his blueprint. It happens, right? Thank you for your transparency, obedience and intentionality, faith and belief. She needed to hear that. Yes, 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 yes. To God be the glory. Right? Think about the bridges. I'm gonna have to go on YouTube and see if they got any pictures of people building the bridge over the water. Sure, a lot of the work is probably done on the ground, right? But how else would you get it in the water except by boats and cranes? So sometimes we're called to build on solid foundations, and sometimes that joint is rocky. Sometimes it's wavy. Sometimes it's a bumpy ride. Yes, 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 yes. I know this is the way you envision life being, and it's not looking quite like that, but you gotta keep building because we are building bridges. Not in the physical. Now, some of you may be physically building bridges, but in the sense of being a lighthouse, you are. You're helping people to see the light. You're helping people. You're building something that's going to help people get from one spot to the next spot. And maybe a million people aren't running across your bridge every single day. But even if it's set in place for one, and see, this is another thing. You got to stop being so fixated on numbers. I know we live in a society where numbers tell the tale, but we really do. Like the lighthouse don't care how many boats come. It's like I'm here anyhow. So if you come, you come. If you don't, you don't. Like I'm here doing what it is I'm called to do. The lighthouse don't care. The bridge don't say, well, you know what? I'm gonna pack this thing up. And I ain't going to stand here if 1,000,000,000 people ain't going to cross me every day. Dude, the bridge is like, I'm here. I got one job. I'm here. But we so worried about how many people watch, how many views we got, how many subscriptions we got, how many follows we got, yeah, how many this, how many this, how many clients, how many this, how many this, how many that. You're going to stress yourself out. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to wear yourself all the way to the ground. Focus on the light. Focus on being the bridge. Whoever crosses it, crosses it. But they can't cross it if you're not there. They can't cross it if you're not there. Nyanya said she was contending with something that was trying to stop her from uploading her videos to YouTube. I get it. Sometimes technology tries not to let you be great. Do it anyway. Some people tell me, oh, I want to start a podcast, but I don't like editing. So they don't do it. I don't like editing either. Yes, I have Kevin. Kevin can help me with my editing. But before I had Kevin, I would just record it right. Just record it right. Right? Don't make no mistakes. Like, be slow and steady with your words. Like, get your words out. Like, whatever. And like sometimes like people will be recording and like the phone will ring. I've had people had to get up and change locations in the middle of our conversations. Well, stuff happens. Yes, stuff happens. Stop caring. Stop caring about perfection. Oh, it's got to be clean. It's got to be this. No, it needs to be done. If you look at the videos, well, you can't now because Facebook have deleted them all. But when I first started doing my Sisterly Sundays podcast, and so when I first started getting behind the camera or in front of the camera to do any type of speaking, motivational, whatever I was doing, um, like I said, it was so raw. I was sitting in my room with a banner up, speaking in front of it, trying to make it look so professional. Well, it was my first one, so it's not going to be professional. It's not going to be perfect. And then when I got tired of pretending, then I would just be sitting at my dining room table, like whatever. And then yes, I evolved. I ended up getting a backdrop. People, oh, that looks the way you at. That looks nice. Okay, backdrops. When I used to do my videos, I would record my videos from when I was at I'm always in somebody's hotel. So hey, take advantage of being in the space. Record your messages there where it's nice, it's clean, it's polished and everything. You use what you have when you have it. You don't stop doing it or not do it because you don't have it perfected. The only way to get it perfected is to start somewhere. Your first book doesn't have to be the best book you've ever written, even though your girl might have to say that her first book probably was the best book that she ever written. And I got to count how many books, including the collaboratives that I have, because I think I'm moving up to my sixth. I'm doing a collaborative book project with the organizer of the Nurse Boss Summit. So we are doing a Act Like a Nurse, Think Like a Boss collaborative book project. So I think that puts me up to 6 collabs. Because I said I wasn't going to do no more collaborative books, but because that's my sister friend, she in it. Okay, she in it. And I don't know why God has me in it, but I'm in it. There's a reason why God has me in it. When I said I wasn't going to do it no more, it's a reason why he has me linked up. It's the partnerships, it's the connections, it's the prayer intercession that like so in the natural, it's like, I don't want to be in another book project. And in the spirit is like, baby, when you lock arms, when you connect, like there is power that is manifesting from it. So who am I to be like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. But the first book that I wrote has to be the best because I knew nothing. about writing. And I did it anyhow. My first book is the best book because I knew nothing about writing. And I got out of my own way and I did it anyhow. So the first video sessions you record, the first TikTok video, like whatever it is, one of these days you'll look back and be like, you know what? It probably was the best. No lights, no cameras, no action, no razzle dazzle, no script, no teleprompters, no none of that. Like the fan blaring in the background, like nothing perfected, just pure, rough, raw, unedited, unfiltered. You just trying your best to say it right. And guess what? If you stumble over your words, so what? People stumble over their words. If you have to cough, cough, dagnabbit, cough. People cough, don't they cough? If you sneeze, achoo, God bless you. It's a natural occurrence. The phone rings. Hello, people call folks, right? Like I remember one time I was recording a guest and her grandson was playing ball and came into the scene. Okay, during COVID, we saw how the newscasters was trying to, record from home and the kids was running in the room. People didn't have no pants on. Like we saw all of this. Why would you think somebody gonna be like, oh my God, I'm not gonna watch that podcast. I'm not gonna listen to the wealth of information that's being poured out because that little kid was in the background. What? That diverts your attention. You'd be like, oh, how cute. Come on. Can we act like we live in the real world and stop looking for perfection? When you put that level of weight on yourself, you are going to stay stagnant. You are never going to get the videos done. You're never going to get the business started. You're never going to write the book. Why? Because you are tangling and fighting with the spirit of perfection, and that's not even your fight. That's not even your fight. Like, what are you doing? That's not your fight. So you got to know what you're contending with. You got to know so that you can get out of your way. So today is a great day. It's Monday. Everybody loves Monday. Monday's when everybody starts their diet. Monday's when everybody starts to go into the gym. Monday's when everybody starts to do things right. So what better day than today to start? I know you wanted to do it when you graduated, but you ain't even enrolled in school yet. You got your whole life and the lives of other people on hold, and you haven't even taken the steps to get in the course that you holding on, talking about, as soon as I get this, I'm going to do that. Can we make a better plan today? And if you need some help, you need some strategy sessions, holla at me. Y'all know that's what I do. Like, let's just make it happen, right? Let's just make it happen. I'm gonna send you an invoice, yes, indeed, but let's just make it happen because you got the money. You just don't want to spend it because you think you can do it on your own. But the truth is, you're not. And whatever you're contending with, you got the wrong weapons out and you need a better game plan. So why not invest the money in getting your feet unstuck? So that's it. I'm off my high horse. You all go forward and enjoy this beautiful, blessed Monday. It is hot, but we're gonna venture out there. We're gonna make it do what it do. But you all be blessed, and I will see you all. Let me check my calendar. Let me see. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Yep. Ooh. I probably have to make it a quick. Oh no, wait. Yeah, I'll probably have to make it a quick message tomorrow because I do have to go into the city. But I'll see you tomorrow. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. And be blessed. Okay. Happy Monday, everyone. Take care. Thanks for watching.